We're always told that capitalism means freedom, freedom of choice. But what if that whole promise was just the setup for a trap? In this explainer, we're going to unpack a pretty powerful argument that really questions the system we live in, taking it all the way from its idealistic theory to what the source calls its harsh reality. And really, everything we're about to talk about boils down to this one central question. Is the free market, the thing our whole economy is built on, actually free? Let's pull on that thread and just see where it takes us. Okay, so before we get into what supposedly went wrong, we have to understand how it was supposed to work, right? So the source material takes us back to the very roots of capitalism, a system that was built on ideas like investment, competition, and of course, the free market. This was the original blueprint. And the core promise? Well, it was incredibly appealing. The idea was that our individual choices, your choices, would be the thing that naturally guides the market. The best products would rise to the top, the worst would fail, and everybody would benefit. It's a really optimistic, powerful vision.
So how is this beautiful idea supposed to work in the real world? The theory lays out a clear blueprint for what should be a perfectly balanced, self-correcting system. Let's take a look at the actual mechanics here.
All right, check this out. It's all designed to be a perfect loop. Step 1. Companies make stuff. Pretty simple. Step 2. We the people choose the best options available. Step 3. The government's only job is to protect that freedom of choice. And Step 4. That protection fuels competition, which in turn keeps quality high and prices fair. In theory, any company that tries to cheat the system just gets squeezed out.
And this is what it looks like. A perfect self-regulating circle. It's supposed to guarantee fairness and quality, all through our own freedom. On paper, it's foolproof. But, and this is a really big but, the source we're examining argues that in the real world, this perfect circle got broken.
And this is where we take a sharp turn. We're leaving the textbook theory behind, because what the source describes happening behind the curtain, well, it's a completely different story. It suggests the competition we see is just for show. This quote, wow, it just cuts right to the heart of the critique. It's this idea that real cutthroat competition just stopped, and instead, corporations started working together. To put it another way, they started to fix the match.
So how exactly do you fix an entire market? Well, the argument is that these huge corporations form secret alliances. They keep up the appearance of competing, but behind the scenes they're divvying up the market or taking turns releasing the next big thing, and even coordinating on price and quality to make sure they all keep winning.
And the result of all this? According to the text, that market that was supposed to be free with a capital F, well, it's not anymore. It's a controlled market. And all that power that was supposed to be in our hands as the consumer shifts away from us and into the hands of just a few big players. Okay, so let's bring this down to a personal level. If the market is controlled, what does that actually mean for the average person, for you and me? This next bit explores the consequences for us, the citizens who are actually living inside this system. In this version of the system, our ability to make a real difference shrinks. The chance to start a new company that could actually compete or to challenge how things are done gets a lot smaller. Instead, the argument goes, we get pushed into two main roles, being a consumer who buys the products and being a worker for the very corporations who make them.
Now, to make this whole idea really concrete, the source uses a powerful analogy with Microsoft's history. It's like a classic bait and trap. The bait was to let their software spread everywhere, sometimes even for free or through piracy, until it became the standard everyone had to use. And once everybody was dependent on it, that's the trap. Then they could control everything, prices, quality, you name it, because there were no real alternatives left.
And this is where it gets a little scary. The argument is that this control doesn't just stop with what you can buy. It's evolved, leading to this chilling new concept the source calls digital death. This is the power for a corporation that owns a platform to basically erase someone online, to silence their voice if what they're saying threatens corporate interests.
So all of these pieces, the broken theory, the fake competition, the controlled market, it all leads to one final and pretty sobering argument. When you boil it all down, the central claim is this. The one thing that was supposed to make capitalism great, the very engine of the whole system, competition, was systematically taken apart from the inside. Freedom and quality, the text says, were sacrificed for control. Which brings us to this final, really stark image, that whole beautiful promise of a free, competitive system. In this view, it wasn't a promise at all. It was just bait on a fishing hook, designed to get us all caught in a system that serves a select few.
And so we're left with this lingering question. If this analysis is onto something, if the game really is rigged, then what's our role in it all? It's a heavy thought to end on, for sure. Thanks for digging into this with me.